Welcome to the Alchemist Circle. I'm Alan McPhee. Today's topic, seeing the body as a chemical vat. But before I begin, let me share with you that this channel is for everyone, those who know a lot about alchemy, those who know very little about alchemy, those who just have a historical interest in alchemy, and those who want to apply alchemy in their life today to make big changes or small changes in their life. Let me return back to the topic, seeing the body as a chemical vat. The first thing I need to say is that this is one of my ideas. I call myself an alchemist because I'm living or applying these principles in the esoteric sense. I'm not engaged in the transmutation of metals or going in any kind of chemical lab, just finding a traditional methodology and applying the modern time to make myself better. And also, since I coach, to coach other people and so that they can have better life applying these principles, right? It's fun, actually, really fun. One of my topics that I'm interested in, really interested in, is the idea of radical health, where you can become very, very healthy, above normal healthiness. And as I began to pursue this, to figure out what health is and how I can actually influence the health, my health in a more positive way, beyond the ordinary health, but more radical, extreme health. One day I came to this discovery that the body is a chemical vat. Yes. It's a chemical vat. What does that mean? I realize, if you understand science, science says that on average, the body by weight is 70% water. 70% water. Think about it for a second. 30% of by weight of your body is all the mass, all the material that builds you. So when you look at your body, the tall person, 100 pounds, 200 pounds, you only see something solid there, but it's 70% liquid, plus or minus, some people more, some people less, but 70% of it is liquid. Think about that for a second. Think about that. When you think of a 200-pound man, you're thinking about something that's solid, and it is heavy. 200 pounds is there, but the mass is not as big as you think. Now, water itself is mass. It's very heavy, all right? It's very heavy. Water is very heavy. But it's still liquid. It's a liquid form of who you are, all right? So when you understand that, you can actually understand the problem that we have in health. You can also understand my declaration that the body is a chemical vat. Consider two ways that the vat changes: eating and drinking. Eating and drinking. When you eat food, you consume it, the body digests it. What does that mean? It decomposes the body to its chemical basics, bring it down to the molecular level, chemists would say. And then that is processed through the system, gets into the blood system. Sugar is extracted. The parts are further broken down for different, as nutrients for different parts of the body. But the body breaks it down systematically and creates it and releases it into the liquid of the body. So when I said 70% water, maybe I'm being too simplistic. I should say 70% liquid, because the body has different liquids in it, right? Blood, bile, all the water you consume, it goes and transforms these various liquids in the body. 70% liquid, we should say. But if the food is decomposed in that way, the liquid is not pure water. It's mixed with all these chemicals and things, nutrients. When I say chemical, I don't mean negative chemicals. Point number 2, when you drink. If you drink water, you are actually moisturizing your body. That's really, really good, very healthy. But if you drink a Coke, you drink soda, you drink a milkshake, or any of the drinks that people have today, you drink alcohol beverages, all of those go into the system and they're decomposed similar to food. And the digestive system breaks those things down faster and distribute them into the blood system to go through the channel like they would normally go. Like we know, everyone should know by now, that when alcohol is decomposed, it quickly, when it hits the lining of the wall of the stomach, a lot of it goes strictly into the blood system already. You know what I mean? That's why the police can make that check your alcohol test when you are wiggling on the road on the weekend. So, because the alcohol goes to the blood, right? So now, you should understand this already. So what is so interesting for me? First of all, is the 70%, okay? Second of all, imagine what a person is doing all the years of their lives. They're eating and drinking, eating and drinking, eating and drinking. And the average person is not concerned about what they're eating or drinking. What is the state of the chemical vat? See, I can always see as a chemical vat, all right? You have tons of chemicals interacting all the time in your system, all the time. When you understand the chemical vat, a lot of things begin to make sense. Number one, the quality of the vat will determine how healthy you are. If your fat is very much toxic, then your organs, your brain, your nervous system, your bones are in a liquid thing that's acidic or toxic to them, causing them to malfunction, and you're gonna have a shorter life if you look at the logic. If your chemical vat is not so toxic, you drank the fruit juice, you consumed a lot of water, you ate the healthy food, the chemical that your organs are in is gonna be more healthy for you. So it means a long-term health is gonna be yours. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you see the chemical vat, if you are one of these people with a toxic system and suddenly decide, I'm gonna put down the donut, I'm gonna be healthy going forward. Well, folks, guess what? You've already established the vat. Putting down the donuts, and eating more healthy, you're just beginning to transform the vat. The vat is gonna stay toxic for many years to come. So suddenly deciding to go healthy, go organic, all of a sudden, it's not, I know these truths are kind of hard for you to take. It's not gonna make a bit of difference to your vat. What you have to recognize that you have begun. You're gonna begun, okay? You have begun the process of changing that vat by altering your eatings, okay? But I would highly recommend you pursue some experts in the area of detoxing the body if you want real changes in your health to take place. For as long as the vat continues to be toxic, even if you're eating healthy now, your organs are suffering. That's number two. Number three insight from recognizing the body as a chemical vat. A doctor, Dr. Tim, prescribes aspirin to help two patients alleviate some pain, some headache. Brenda and Kelly, right? Same body size, similar symptoms described, give them the same prescription. A week later, there's two differences. Brenda is thinking, I don't feel anything, I still feel the pain. So the doctor prescribes a stronger dose. Kelly's thinking, this is a little too much for me, doc. Or the doctor cut down her doses and give another prescription. Why do these things happen all the time? Because the doctors, no matter what other features they look at, they can't map out your chemical vat. These two people have different chemical vats based on their history of eating, based on their history. So when you get a prescribed aspirin, which is another chemical mixture, it goes into that vat, which mixes with the other chemicals. And sometimes it's too much because whatever's in the aspirin is already there in that person's body, so it's excessive. When it goes in the other person, the aspirin goes in there, try to deal with the headache. It's not enough because there's not enough of those particular chemicals in the person's body. So they need more of that medicine in order to get the same effect. Think about that for a second. Pause. Okay, that was long enough pausing. Consider now what's happening in the pharmaceutical industry. If we have these different vats based on how we eat, and then we come into the medical world and we're taking medication, the effectiveness of the medication depends on the individual based on the quality of the vat. That's just how it works. And on top of that, if you want an individual that's continued on medication, your vat has really become more and more toxic all the time. So The third insight should allow us to understand that how medication and prescription actually work. And when they fail, it's not necessarily medicine. Consider your vat. Here's the fourth insight, which comes from the first, really. If you detoxify the chemical vat by doing fasting, drinking water, fruit juice, and things like that, please consult some expert in that area to help you out. When you detox the vat, you're going to still have the same 70%, 30% on the average in terms of your weight. But now the chemical is more purified, more natural, less conflicting chemicals. That means it's easier for you to maintain long-term health. It also is easier when you're prescribed medication for you know the immediate effects of it, because you don't have too many toxins in the body that's going to be in conflict with the medication. It's never going to be super pure and there's no conflict. That's why you have to go slow on this matter. But if it's less toxic, it's logical. Less chemical reaction. The doctor's intentions can actually work with you much more easier because your body's chemical vat is much more purified, less toxic. I don't know if it's possible to say anyone's body going to be completely detoxified, all right? So the body's chemical vat is my contribution to alchemy, esoteric alchemy on the body. I see the body like this, and I want you to share this idea because I will be getting into concept of radical health, concept of longevity, and we need to have a basic understanding of the body. Not seeing the outside only is not enough. We need to see it as a chemical vat. And when you proceed in that way, you can understand other professionals when they try to assist you with certain things. And you can also understand how to make effective, not understand, but understand that when certain medication doesn't work for you, you can't necessarily look at the medication directly immediately, but you got to ask what kind of lifestyle you've been living, which have produced the chemical vat that you currently have. That's it, folks. If you want to share any ideas on this topic, the body's the chemical vat, please go share your comments down below. Also remember to click the like button and also join, please join. We need to make the channel as big as possible. A few hundred people, a few thousand people.